Grand Risings. Hope you're having a blessed day. I want to talk to you today. It's just a quick one. I'm doing a few little odd jobs in the front garden, and I just wanted to talk to you about some of the plants that I choose to have in my garden and why. Because a lot of people probably wouldn't have these plants in their garden. So one of them, I'll show you as I'm talking, is plantain. I have quite a lot of this in the garden, and I use it because it's the best thing for putting in a barn for bites or stings. So I will dry this up, I'll blitz it up, I will put it in a jar, and then when I'm ready to make a balm, I will infuse the oil with the powder of this. And then drain it out. So I'll infuse it for about 12 hours in warm oil, and it will basically alleviate any kind of bites, especially mosquito bites, or stings, or wasp stings, or anything that's like has irritated your skin. But today I've also been collecting the seeds of the flower. So the flower, you can actually eat them like when they're just coming up, when they're very tiny and they taste like raw mushroom. But I have been gathering them. This one's not quite ready. Let's find one that's ready. This one. So when it's like this, you can take all the little seeds out. They just come out really easily, and then I will like sift them. So I will sift the seeds out, and that is supposed to be able to use as like as a flour. You can grind them up, but also the husk that's left behind, they're like little papery bits. That's also like can be stored in a jar as like a really good source of fibre. So say if you've made a sauce and it's like a casserole or a gravy type based thing, or a chilli, and it's a little bit too watery, you could actually add the husks. They would absorb the water and it would add fibre to your meal. So it's really a really sort of handy little thing to have in your kitchen cupboard. And one of the other plants that I noticed today, actually, while I was collecting some bluebell seeds, is ragwort. So I'm going to show you now what ragwort looks like. And it's basically, it's a plant that not a lot of people think to have in their gardens. They don't like it. It's a weed. It's classed as a weed. And the only reason it's classed as a weed is because it's actually like sort of toxic, like poisonous to livestock. So if livestock eat it or horses eat it, then it's poisonous. So a lot of our agricultural type beliefs has led us to believe that we should get rid of it. And actually, I think it's really good for biodiversity in gardens. So there's one specific moth that lays its egg on ragwort only, I think. I'm not sure about that, but I'm pretty certain it only really likes ragwort. And it's the cinnabar moth. It looks really pretty. It looks pretty as a caterpillar and pretty as a moth. But that's a really cool little sort of diverse little tiny little bubble of life there. And you can, I think I read somewhere that you can get about 200 species of insect and fly and moth and butterfly and all kinds of things just on the ragwort alone, like 200 species. Like, that's amazing. And I've just actually seen like where there's like been ants also on where there's been like ants on it as well, like what are they doing, like tending to aphids, which I thought was pretty cool. Yeah, so maybe just consider having some ragwort in your garden. Like, get this guy here. So there you go, a cinnabar moth. And actually, ragwort is really important for biodiversity. One, for the cinnabar moth, because it mainly feeds on ragwort. but about 200 species of insects, butterflies, moths, and other creatures have been recorded living on ragwort. So it's very, very important for the biodiversity of our garden. So yeah, it doesn't look like much, but this is what you get. We've got some ants farming some aphids here. That's pretty cool. So as I said, I've been saving my bluebell seeds, and I've been saving them for 3 reasons really. One, because I don't want that patch of bluebells to get really big, and I don't want to have to start digging up like the bluebells that I don't really want there, disturbing the soil. 2, I can gift them to some friends, and 3, I can go and find a patch of nothingness and yeah, just throw some random bluebell seeds down. Why not? So there you go. I've also been doing it with my calendula seeds. That's what I'm doing here as well. So calendula petals are really good for your skin. So I've been sort of doing the petals and then also doing the seeds in this one. So I'm going to be trying to sow my own calendula seeds and make my own balms from the petals. So that will be pretty cool. So I was in town the other day and I took my little pot with me in case I saw any seeds, and there was a load of poppies, and I was like, oh, poppy seeds, I need poppy seeds. And so my friend that was with me, he stopped to help me pick some, and this woman stopped and she was like, I mean, we were right in the middle of the city on this little patch of waste ground, just and this woman stopped and she was like, oh, I'm so glad to see other people doing that. That's the kind of thing I would do. I was like, well, yeah, I'd pay for them and I can get them for free. She's like, exactly. You know, you can eat them as well. You don't just have to grow them. You can eat them if you collect enough. You can dry them out. Dry out your own poppy seeds. It's bizarre that people have poppies in their garden and then they go out and buy poppy seeds. Crazy. So yeah, those are the plants I wanted to talk about today. Some of the plants that people don't really think to have in their garden, but they're actually really beneficial to the biodiversity. The ragwort is medicinal for humans. So is plantain or ribwort, whatever you want to call it. Calendula, getting the seeds are growing. Yeah, I've got some of the ragwort over there. It's near sort of kale and mange too, and there's a plantain actually over there as well next to it. All just doing their thing really. Just sort of stopping there being pests on the food that I really want to eat. So yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Get these seeds all dried out. So as you can see, this is all the seeds that I got today. There's loads more waiting outside to forage. They're just not ready yet, but I'll keep doing them as and when they seem ready. And I'm going to sift these in a sieve. If you can see here, the seeds separate quite easily. There's a seed there. Woo. And yeah, and then I'm just going to
put the seeds in here with the ones from last year, and the husks in here. And the husks are literally like, the husks are, it's just like the psyllium husks that you kind of get in the shop. Very similar. I'm not sure if it's from the same plant or whether that's just, you know, a different version, but it's pretty much the same thing. There you go.
Yep. Ragwort and plantain, who knew? Anyway, it was just a quick one today. So for me, my plants of the day are ragwort or ragwort for the beautiful caterpillars, and plantain for the leaves and the seeds. Yeah, this is going to be one of those finicky jobs. Right, gonna get on with it.